Hello, my name is Bill Crow. I'm Vice President of Engineering, Construction, and Facilities for the Canaveral Port Authority. And today it's my extreme pleasure to highlight one of our latest projects here at Port Canaveral. That is Cruise Terminal number 3. So Cruise Terminal number 3 is a project that consists of approximately $163 million budget. It was originally contemplated in the year of 2016, and we went through several steps of project planning, project design, and then ultimately project execution. I am joined today by Tom Foxhoven, my project director at the Port Authority. In addition to Tom, I have Tim Wick, who is Senior Project Manager with Kraus Manning International, KMI. KMI served as the on-site owner's rep and project manager for the project, did a fantastic job for the Port Authority. So there are many firsts that we have accomplished on this project. We're going to share a few of those throughout this video today, and just grateful for the opportunity that CMAA has provided for us to highlight this project.
The separate outbound luggage screening facility with the crew check-in on the east end was originally designed to be tilt wall construction, but given the limited space to do tilt wall construction, that was value engineered to a CMU construction with a stucco finish. It wasn't value engineered for the dollar savings, but just for constructability to complete it, the project within the design timeframe. The 1,800 car parking garage was originally in the design criteria thought to be a 5-story structure. Value engineering process allowed us to build a 6-story garage with the same capacity, approximately 1,800 cars, but at a $5 million savings because the design builder was able to use a pre-existing design.
The parking garage is equipped with a bank of 4 elevators. We widened existing George King Boulevard at the port and included a new traffic signal at the entrance to Cruise Terminal number 3. We have 182 parking spaces for employees in front of the terminal, approximately 20 spaces for customs and border protection. There is an elevated walkway that connects the 3rd floor of the garage to the 2nd floor main entrance of the terminal. The bus parking is designed so that it'll nose in under the garage, and all of the exhausts will be in the open air.
The main entrance, also referred to as the launch pad, to mimic the launch pads you see in the distance there at the Kennedy Space Center, is an open air structure. You see the elevated walkway across from level 3 of the garage to the 2nd level of the terminal, the main entrance. In addition to the 4 elevators in the parking garage, there's an escalator in the launch pad, a monumental stair, and an embarkation ramp. The 2,000 kVA generator does back up the entire campus with standby power. The main chiller plant has 2 300-ton chillers.
One of the items that the port did for cost savings for this project was we put thermal storage in order to be able to get a cost reduction in the power bills for the future through our power company, where we can burn ice during the peak hours of the day and make ice during the non-peak times. During the construction of the cruise terminal and parking garage, you can see the boat parking area that had to be maintained the entire time of the project.
Extending to the east toward the channel opening is the 700-foot-long fixed passenger boarding bridge to which the 2 mobile gangways are positioned to access the terminal, both for embarkation and debarkation.
I want to highlight that the parking lots you see before you include 4.5 acre-feet of stormwater retention in concrete vaults underneath the parking lot. The port, because we needed room to build this terminal, spent a premium of roughly $3.8 million to accomplish that underground stormwater retention system.
As we started the construction of the berth at Cruise Terminal 3, we ran into some issues with the steel where the new tariff came out and there was a 4 to 6 week delay on the steel. That changed the process of putting up the tilt wall panels. As you can see from the video, we are starting at the south end of the building working towards the water. We had to leave an opening to get the crane out. The original concept was working from the water side out so they could smack the train right out. We thank Ivy's Construction for changing their schedule in order to make this happen. Otherwise, that would have put a big delay in our project. As we enter the cruise terminal, you'll be greeted by Carnival Cruise Lines. It will be tables, as you see standing out here. It will be the validation stations where they will check in the passengers as they come through. After the passengers get through the security screening, they'll be greeted by some photographers that, as you can see, there's 10 photo booths that they'll be taking pictures of before they enter into the cruise terminal itself.
I'd like to highlight what we call the wagon wheel. It looks like a wood veneer structure that is hung. It's circular in pattern and it's hung above the halo LED lights. It is an aluminum panel clad structure that is hand painted to look like wood finish. If you're up close, it is difficult to distinguish between the hand painted and the actual wood finished veneer products. To highlight the local artist that painted that structure, she is the sister-in-law of the world famous surfer Kelly Slater, who hails originally from Cocoa Beach. Her name is April Slater. Her and her team were working nights repeatedly to finish painting this large wagon wheel over the VIP structure and several other smaller wagon wheels throughout the terminal.
Carnival Cruise Line worked very closely with the architect Romeo Ayumanno and Partners to develop the various design elements and features within the terminal, to include the general seating selection, placement and location of LED signs, and the artificial palm trees. Specialty furniture, some of it came from Canada and a portion of it came from Italy.
As we enter the VIP lounge area, you can see there's a center counter where they'll have beverages and food for the passengers waiting.
This is one of the largest VIP seating areas at Port Canaveral with a seating capacity of 500 seats.
I want to comment that Cruise Terminal number 3 has some of the nicest finishes of any of our cruise terminals.
Located on many of the chairs and lamps that you will see in the VIP area, we have USB ports in a large variety of the areas in order for the passengers to be able to charge their phones while waiting to get on the ship.
The contract for the delivery of the passenger boarding bridges included two options for assembly on the foreign port, shipping over here fully assembled, versus shipping in pieces and then assembling on port here. Early on in the project, the manufacturer made the decision to fully assemble these bridges overseas in Barcelona and ship them over fully assembled, which ended up being a silver lining due to the COVID-19 pandemic that struck halfway through this project. The bridges were assembled on foreign soil and shipped over in that condition, so there was no need to bring over technicians from overseas to do the assembly on dock, which would have been complicated. Over the course of this project, there were many partners and stakeholders that poured a lot of time, effort, and dedication into a very successful completion. It is a milestone project for Port Canaveral. For all of the partners involved, I'd like to highlight Carnival Cruise Line again. We're grateful for their partnership, for trusting Port Canaveral with the arrival of their newest vessel. My team at the port, including Tom Foxhoven, our owner's rep with Kraus Manning International, represented by Tim Wick, all of our contractors, Rush Marine, Ivy's, Adelte, Finfrock, everybody did a fantastic job completing this very successful and very amazing looking terminal. It truly is a gem for Port Canaveral, and we are very enthusiastic about the return of cruising, and we can't wait to see the terminal be used.